We've been filming there for probably 7, 8 years. Our first gig down there was Moving On in My Recovery, filming the first one of that, and I
Yeah.
just straight away. I did. It wasn't there when I was getting clean. I would have loved to have gone to North Wales recovery communities to. I don't. I think it might have worked for me as well. It works for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It does work for a lot of people, that community there. And I find any excuse I can to go down to Bangor, and under any excuse just to be around there. I just love it. I just love what they built down there. And James and I have had a chat about how we can do more of each other, how we can kind of build a hub down there and like a bit of a satellite of Eternal down that way. We're kind of looking to create a satellite in the prison as well, an Eternal in there as well.
Because that would be really exciting to have series of short recovery stories and things. It would be just.
Yeah, we're doing the podcasting seems a good way to be able to create something quite quickly rather
the
than
podcasting is really good.
Rather than kind of using all the post production that film involves. You can get a podcast together far more cheaply and still involve people and still hear a story. And you can make a far longer podcast than you can a film. People will stick to the podcast for 3 hours if they're into it. Whereas, 3-hour film is brilliant. We just done a series in the jail.
Oh, right. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, well, they're not out yet. We've only just finished them before Christmas, kind of recording them.
Oh, okay.
And it was, you know what? They've got a recovery. They finally started a recovery wing in the jail, and we helped them put some. Well, they created like a space for people so they don't. Their work is now, we called it the recovery factory that they've taken on. So they can do work, but there's a bit of a gym there. There's going to be like mutual aid groups. There's other kind of recovery stuff that they can do, but they don't get to meet anybody in recovery. So when we came in, they were absolutely mobbed. They just hadn't. Going back to what I was saying is like if you're in addiction, you don't meet people in recovery, and you just don't know it's possible. And the amount of questions they had for us about, just so many things, because we've got no one else in recovery around them doing it, or who have lived it. There's just people in there very, very short-term recovery in there. I guess it's like anything on that. If I'm buying something on Amazon, I'll go and read the review before I buy it, because I want to know that it is, that I'm getting what I'm getting and what people experience of it is. And so it's been a very, very popular project that we've been running in there. I've been skilling the lads up with interview techniques and technical recording equipment, 32-bit float stuff and microphone placement and all this kind of thing. So yeah, we finished recording in that, and it's going to go into post-production soon. But it was so popular that we're now I'm putting a funding application together now to create a project that we're going to be podcasting in jail, because film doesn't work in jail because there's too many security problems.
Yeah.
But also, it's going to be split between the recovery community of North Wales and people recovering in prison. What I'm trying to do is bridge that gap between the inside and the outside recovery community. So when people do come out, they will, because we'll be taking people in there with us from North Wales, skilling them up to skill other people up, kind of thing, and just have that kind of osmosis of recovery going on there. Kind of recovery. Clean time rubs off on each other. It just does.
Yeah, I know.
So we're going to be exposing people in recovery in jail to people from outside and doing recovery in North Wales, and just the idea is just to bridge that gap so people know it's possible. People know there's recovery in North Wales. When they come out, there's things to get involved with. They would have built a support network up between them. And the byproduct of all this really is we're getting incredibly powerful stories about people recovering in jail, people recovering in North Wales, That's kind of the byproduct. That's what I'm putting in to do, but that's really the byproduct of what happens. That's kind of just kind of people helping each other getting well. So that's happening, hopefully.
That's fantastic. I tell you what, I better just make sure my phone is on record while I'm up there, because I might end up wanting to write a book about all that's happening in North Wales.